Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the DAZN. Leigh Wood.
You got sponsors as well.
Me.
God, check you.
Ain't doing bad, are we? And
available
and available on the DAZN.
Yeah.
And available on the DAZN.
Wicked, man.
Mate, it has been way too long. I think I last saw you at the press conference where Anto Kakachi was fighting Josh Warrington. I know you've used the term out in the wilderness. How on earth do you describe from October 2023 Josh Warrington to now?
It's been hard. I've had injuries and things go off, but I don't want to moan about it. There's always someone in worse situations, so I'm not going to moan, but happy to be back, buzzing to be back and finally get it official, announced and locked in.
What do you do during that time? Because you like training.
I train.
You like fighting.
I train, but
you like making money.
Yeah.
And you have a period of time where you're not doing those, right? You're in the gym.
My kids spend a fortune as well, so
that's why you needed this fight.
Yeah, it's fine. To be honest, mate, I had some injuries and so frustrating. So when I had the injuries up top off my body, I was running, doing what I could do. Then bottom off my body, I was doing the boxing. Then elbow and knee, I was wrist and knee. Sorry, and then I was like, just you stand there on the spot. I always do what I can do. I always find a reason to do something and a reason not to do it. But it's been hard when you can't find for such a long time. And what's your pinnacle time? But yeah, I think my mental capacity, my mentality even, is probably my best asset. And that's what's got me here today, got me back in here and kept me going, kept me striving, kept me thriving.
Yeah, it's a strange situation because if you look at Josh Warrington, who lost the fight between the two of you, he's gone on to have fights since. I know that. I know the fight between you and him
joking,
I know obviously there's a rivalry there, and I know the fight between you two was competitive in parts, but he's gone on to fight, and you come out the winner, and you haven't. It's a very odd situation. If you'd have had a defeat, I know there's injuries, but if you'd have had a defeat, we might have understood this period of time.
No, we had. When I was with Ed, obviously, straight after that fight, if we couldn't make the Forest Ground fight, I was a free agent. But we actually agreed and had an agreement for the rematch. And then I got injured, and then time passed, and then things changed. And then got another offer, and I didn't think it was as good as the first offer. And then obviously Warrington had the Kakachi fight come up out of the blue. Then I was like, I want the Kakachi fight. What the hell? But I wasn't ready. I was injured, but I was like, no, I want that. Then my team was like. So I just got into talks about it. My team was like, "You're not going to be ready," and they was right. I wasn't ready. So thankful for them. I listened to them and thankful you. They got my best interests at heart, and we got the fight finally at the right time. When I will be ready, I'm going to put on a show for all my people, all my fans, and all my supporters.
How would you describe your relationship with Eddie, Frank, Matchroom now?
Yeah, well, they still give me tickets to the fights. I'm extremely thankful for everything they've done for me over the years, and what I've done for them as well. It's not a one-way street; it's both ways. But they give me the platform. I've had some really good paydays off them as well. So it's a mutual thing. I've done things for them, they've done things for me, and hopefully, there's no bitterness there in that. I say hello to them both, and I'm actually come down from Manchester today for this, and go back to Manchester to support my friend on a matching bill, Pat McCormack, tomorrow night.
This is when you find out when you get there you're at the top in the gods back right.
I'm in the car park, peeking over the fence.
No one replying to messages for the tickets.
Ed is a funny guy, and he's always been alright with me. But
Mate,
it can be hard getting money out of him. But no, he's always been sound, and they've always been all good. And like I said, I'm thankful for everything they've done for me. So.
Mate, the resurgence that resurgence was what people were calling it. Obviously, you knew it was there when you linked up with Ben and that winning run, and how amazing that night was when you beat Reese, and there was kind of no one there to celebrate, and we were just having a couple of beers whilst you held the British title. That time that you had and that so-called resurgence, mate, what a sweet time. Did you get to enjoy that as much as you could? Because obviously you're the one kind of in the momentum role. Did you get to kind of enjoy that?
There's some nights I didn't enjoy. Like, for example, the British title. It took me 20 years to win a British title. I failed the first time. Depressed I was at the time. Years and years later, I finally get that British title shot again. Won it in an empty room. I turn around to celebrate. There's no one there. COVID. And then the Conlan fight. So much of a build-up, gave me so much shit in the presses, and finally, I put me down Ramon, battled my heart out, and then knocked him out of the ring, round 12, thought I killed him, so I couldn't celebrate. Went back to my changing room, they popped a bottle of champagne or something, but my head wasn't there because I didn't know if he was alright or not, so I couldn't celebrate that night either. So there weren't many nights where I could actually celebrate. I think the Warrington night was a good one, but won it in my own city. So yeah, the Lara match, but what it meant to say was Manchester. Obviously Warrington was in Sheffield, so I'm hoping this night in Nottingham is gonna top them, and hopefully we can celebrate.
I mean, the fact that it's in Nottingham, you've had some of your best nights there. Obviously, some down moments like the first Lara fight as well. I mean, you defended your Commonwealth.
Learning codes, we call them.
Yeah. The learning ones. You defended your Commonwealth belt there as well.
Yeah.
So there's been kind of every different step you fought in Nottingham. Now you've got this big fight in Nottingham. What does it mean? Because you talk about winning in a different city. I guess just the fact that it's in Nottingham, perhaps when things do get a bit hard and you hear your name ringing around the arena, that gives you that extra, even if it's like 0.1%, 0.2%.
I wouldn't have had it anywhere else, to be honest. I wanted to be back in front of my people, you know. Like I said, my last fight, I beat my biggest domestic rival, my biggest fight in Sheffield. It's only an hour, but it's a long way for people to travel, book hotels. Like it's a lot of faff. To be back in front of my people is what I wanted. Yeah, it's going to be an unbelievable night, and they do get me through it. They pick me up off the cameras before. They get me through tough fights, and they're probably going to have to do it May 10th.
When we was in Nottingham where was we recently? We were somewhere recently. I can't pick my brains as to where it was. And there was a fight for the British title, and it kind of went the same way as you and Mick. It was
that it?
Conor Walker.
Oh yeah,
Conor Walker. And do you know what?
Was it Nottingham?
And when it happened, everyone went like that. They went, "That's giving me flashbacks to that brilliant night with Leigh Woods."
It was a good fight. It was a good fight. Yeah, British title. You never get a bad British title fight, do you?
True.
But yeah, I was there in Nottingham that night. A good fight, very good fight, entertainment, and the fans love them plot twists and the drama and the change of they're expected to win or they sail and then all of a sudden something happens, and I think that's what people love about boxing so much. It's so unpredictable.
Yeah. What are we going to get in this one? I know everyone's standing there going, "Yeah, this is going to be an absolute banger, centre of the ring," but I know it doesn't kind of always play out like that. But I guess pockets of this fight are going to be pretty entertaining.
Have you seen me like skirting around the ring in recent times? Nah. I know where my bread's buttered. My team know what I'm best at, what suits me best, and I know what I need to do to win this fight. I've already worked on my approach, my scouting report. I'm still watching all my videos and all my clips. How to go about this. I'm very confident in doing it. Without giving too much away, it's going to be one for the fans.
Yeah. What did you make of Anto's last two performances, so Joe Cordina and Josh Warrington?
It's the same Anto like we've seen in recent times. It's looking good, and the main thing at the minute is his confidence. It's flying. His confidence is flying. He's coming off his two biggest wins. He's really believing in himself. So it's my job to go out there. I'm looking forward to the challenge of going out there and strangling that confidence out of him, like I said on previous interviews.
Yeah. When you're in that kind of confidence, momentous run, is it one of them where you just feel like no matter who they put in front of you, they could put Martin Bakole, Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury in front of you? One of them where you're just on one of them runs where you feel like whatever they do,
there's no one in my
you're just
weight.
kind of flying.
There's no one in my weight I'm concerned about. There's no one in my weight I believe I can't beat. So with my team behind me, how we do things, how we prepare, and it's very niche how they do things. Like I've not seen anyone else do what they do. Like my team, I've said it so many times. Like they're one of the best, if not the best in the world at what they do. For them to take a fight like me where I was at to end up here is a testament to how good they are at what they do, and obviously the determination and the dedication and everything that I bring. But without them, I wouldn't even be anywhere near this level. So,
just a word on the Sugar Nunes situation with Anto. I think Eddie put on his story along the lines of, I'm not going to quote it exactly, absolute time waster. Now, in this country, you and Anto is a more appealing fight than Anto and Sugar Nunes, but Eddie is Sugar Nunes' promoter. Just a word on Anto's time wasting, as Mr. Hearn called it.
If Anto was with Eddie, I'm sure it'd be a different story. But you've got to be careful what he said. Eddie's got to be careful what he says, because in the past, I'm sure he's done similar moves, and in the future, he probably will do similar moves. I guess, especially if he's got a nice big ticket seller that attracts a lot of numbers. You know,
it's just promoter talk, isn't it?
It's promoters, but he's promoting my fight. What's the word? Without even realising, basically. So
maybe it's because it's on DAZN now,
cheers,
and everyone's friends.
Cheers, yeah, no. They both got Frank and Eddie both got some unbelievable shows coming up. My friend tomorrow night, I'm going back to Manchester today to support Pat, and that's a really, really good show. I'm really looking forward to the fights on that bill. So They both got loads of brilliant shows coming up, and they're all on DAZN, so everyone's happy.
Yeah. Global home of boxing. Obviously, you're with Queensbury now as well. How did the conversations go between you and Frank?
You know, Frank said, "Look, I'll never tell you I'm gonna do something and not do it." And that was end of last year, before the fight got done. So we agreed the fight, sorted it, and then with a conversation, handshake, and then there was rumours about Anto fighting someone else. My friends are messaging me saying, "Look, he's gonna fight him." I was like, "Nah, I've done a deal. And I text Frank, say, "Frank, are you sure?" Like, he's like, "Look, trust me. If I say I'm gonna do something, I promise you I'm gonna do it." And I'm like, "Mate, stop messaging me. I've done a deal with Frank." It wasn't until months later then it's actually signed. But yeah, really good working with Frank, a man of his word, and buzzing to sign with Queensbury and make my debut with them May 10th.
So I'm sure you've heard that from quite a lot of people before. What made it different that when you heard it from Frank, you was like, actually, yeah, now I do believe this man is a man of his word?
If you've not worked with someone before, you don't know, do you? It's experience, but...
You're going off what other people had told you, obviously. You've got friends who would have worked with Frank. So.
No, if people are messaging me saying, "Oh, he's going to fight him," but it's just here saying it and rumours and stuff. But now I've got the experience of dealing with him. If he says he's going to do something, he does it, so...
Man, I love it. This is such a fucking good fight. Final one, prediction. I know you're not going to give a game plan away down the lens, but how do you beat Anthony Kakachi?
Leigh Wood stoppage.
If I'm putting a bet on him, I'm going 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12.
I would leave too much away, but Leigh Wood stoppage.